everybody, this is Tammy at All About Living. It's time for supper and I want it quick, so we're gonna have a grilled chicken thighs with broccoli in a cream sauce over wild rice. I typically only use white rice because that's a staple and it's stable and I keep that around, but every once in a while you just really want something different, so we're gonna shoot for wild rice tonight. Of course, you're gonna need some chicken. Now I'm using chicken thighs, but you can absolutely use chicken breast if that's your preference. It would be great, good either way. You're gonna need some broccoli, fresh or frozen, some wild rice, some milk, some half and half, or heavy cream. This is heavy cream. You could use half and half. I'm not saying you can't, but you know, half and half or heavy cream, whichever one you got, and some milk. For our seasonings, we're going to use a California onion mix. We're going to use some garlic, salt, pepper, and a little paprika. That's it. Great, great meal. Very low ingredients, very little time. Everything off the pantry shelf. Should be good to go. All right, let's get started. Let's go with salt first. Y'all know I don't measure a whole bunch, just how much ever salt you like on your chicken, that's what you put. We're gonna put a little pepper. We're gonna put a little garlic. We're gonna put a little bit of this onion. Not that side, that side. Okay. A little bit of that onion. Just a little paprika, just for color. Okay, we're gonna flip that chicken over. And we're gonna do a whole repeat. We're just gonna go through the whole thing again. We're gonna salt it. We're gonna pepper it. We're gonna garlic it. We're gonna onion it. We're gonna put this little paprika on there. Now we're gonna go over to the stove and we're gonna get that pan hot, and then we're gonna put a little butter in it. Get that chicken started. I'm so silly, y'all. You got to start that rice first, okay? So we're going to backtrack just a little bit and we're going to get this rice started. So what I have in this pot is 2 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. And then I'm going to add 1 cup, because it's just Randy and I, and we really don't need but 1 cup of rice. You do you and how many ever you have in your family, and then just it'll tell you on the back of the box how much water you need. Well, all right, we're going to get that in there. We're going to get the lid on it. We're going to put the eye on high, and we're going to let that boil. Now we're going to go put our chicken. All right, my rice is started. I've got a medium-high flame. I'm gonna set this pot on here and I'm gonna let that pot get hot. You know how I like my pans and stuff to get hot before I put food in it. So we're gonna let that get hot. Okay, we're gonna use about 1/4 of a cup of butter. Hear that sizzle? My pan was plenty good and hot. We're just gonna let that melt down. Yeah, it's working, it's sizzling. You don't want to burn your butter, you just want to let it melt. Okay, we're going to put our chicken in there. Now what we're doing is we are just going to brown the backside, and then we're going to flip it and we're going to brown the other side, and then we're going to put our broccoli in there. Okay, my rice has come up to a boil. We're going to drop that down to low. And then we're going to let it just absorb all that water and all that bouillon and just wait for dinner. This takes 25 to 30 minutes from start to finish. It is such an easy meal. It's a good weeknight meal, and anything with a cream sauce is filling, it's hearty. You know, you go to bed full. It's just good. Okay, our chicken's been cooking probably 4 minutes, maybe 4 or 5, not a long time. But see, now it's got that nice brown color. That's what you want. And we're gonna put that, and we're gonna let that cook for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, just so that it's got that same brown color. And then we're gonna check. Oh yeah, we're nice and brown. So now we're gonna take our broccoli. We're gonna get our broccoli open. And we're just gonna drop it right down in there on top of that chicken. Just like so. We're gonna add just a little more salt. Then we're gonna turn that eye down to a medium low. Okay, we're gonna get our lid on it. We've got it on medium low. And now we're basically just gonna steam that broccoli. So we're just gonna leave it sit with the lid on it until our broccoli gets crisp tender. And then we're gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you this rice if I can. Okay. I don't want to take my lid off because when you're cooking rice, you really don't ever want to take that lid off. Once you start, you leave the lid on till it's done. Now I'm hoping you can see in there that you're starting to get little divots at the top of your rice, and there's still water in there, so we're going to leave it on for just a few more minutes. But when there's no water that you can see on the outside ring of your pan, then we'll shut the eye off and let it continue to cook and steam with no heat. Okay, I don't see any water on the outside, and I see all these little divots up through the rice where the steam is and the water is evaporated. So we're going to turn this off now, and we're just going to let it sit there until I get dinner ready. Okay, now we're going to check the tenderness. Oh yeah, I'm actually a little past fork tender, so I'm ready to go. Now I'm going to put my milk and my heavy cream in there. I'm going to start, because nothing's written in stone around here, but I'm going to start with 1 cup of milk. And 1 cup of heavy cream. And then I'm going to let that heat up. I have turned my eye back up to about a good just over medium. I don't want it high, but I want it just over medium. Now we're just going to give that a good stir. And I think the 1-to-1 cup ratio for no more than this is fine. That's going to give us an ample amount of cream sauce. Now we're just going to put the lid back on there and let that all get warmed up. Okay, we're starting to get a little bubble in here. And we're getting a little thicker. So just a few minutes now. Okay, at this point, I would have thought that it would have been thickened up a little more than it has. So we're going to fix that. I'm going to make a cornstarch slurry, which means I'm just going to roughly take a tablespoon of cornstarch and about 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to mix that up real good. Make sure there's no lumps. And then I'm going to take it back over and I'm going to drop it right in my pan because my broccoli is getting too done. Alright, we're just going to drop that in there. Just like that. We're going to give it a stir. And now we are thick enough to serve. There we go. There we go. And I've really let my broccoli get way too done this time. But that's okay. Still gonna taste good. We're gonna drop our wild rice right there in the bottom of that bowl. And we're gonna reach in here and get us a piece of chicken. My broccoli and cheese sauce over that. And dinner is served.